nobody should ever be able to say that you are a terrorist, unpatriotic, whatever, because you're standing up for what you believe in. I'm sorry?
Pelosi called this astroturf.
Listen, I cannot justify Pelosi or, you know that. I mean,
Make it try.
no, but they were absolutely wrong. But I'll throw out, and a couple of you were in a meeting when I shared this a few weeks back. I had a meeting on healthcare where I had a man in there, very nice man, and he stood up and he was just incensed because, you know, the president, he thought, had called him that. And he said, I'm 63 years old, and I've never been involved in any kind of politics or anything before now. And I resent somebody saying that because I'm concerned about the health care bill, that I'm some kind of wacko or crazy or fanatic or, you know, terrorist group. And he used other words, you know. But I looked at him and I said, look, it's good news and bad news. Good news is you're here today. Bad news is where you've been for 63 years. You know, and what happened is a lot of us have sat back. And during that period of time, the Pelosi's of the world and their gangs have gone out there and they have gradually, little piece of pie, little piece of pie, little piece of pie, taken over the country. So what we need to do is we need to be very careful. I am really concerned about vilifying good guys and not vilifying the bad guys, one. And let me give you an example. We need to be careful in our country that every time we want to pass a policy, I make you a villain. We did that to the bankers. We did that to the insurance industry. We did that to hospital providers. I had a banker the other day, a young lady. She said, I've been in banking all my life, all my career. She said, I need to get up and go to work anymore because this administration has made me feel like I'm a crook. She's not. They have some crooks, but not all of them are crooks. Some of them are very, very good people, and we need to be careful doing that. But let me tell you the flip side of that. While we're vilifying anybody that makes a profit, you know, anybody that works out here today, let me tell you what we're not doing. At Guantanamo Bay, and I've been leading a fight to stop this. I'm probably the last person that's been down there to actually look at what's going on. When you walk down to Guantanamo Bay, first of all, these are not Sunday school teachers that are down there. These are the meanest of the meanest people you'll ever see. When you walk by their prison cells, they will throw feces on you and urine on you. If a nurse comes in to give a medicine, they have to be shackled because they'll grab this pen and they'll ram it through her eye if they can. They will kill the doctors, and they'll tell you they'll do it. A guard has to look at them every 3 minutes. This administration, when they came in, before they ever went down there and inspected, said that they were going to close down Guantanamo Bay. Now they say they've got problems doing it, but Gates came out today and said, but we're still going to do it. Now here's the fear. First of all, number one, they're bringing these terrorists here.
Yes.
If they bring them in Chesterfield County, here's what happens. The moment they hit U.S. soil, they get constitutional rights that make it difficult
What about the White House?
I'm sorry?
What about the White House?
Let me tell you the second thing, though. It's not that we can't hold them, but the problem is now all of a sudden every school, every business in that community becomes a target for terrorists around the world. That's one. But here's the big problem. One of the big problems. The prosecutor, who's the lead prosecutor down there, told me that that order also stops them from prosecuting the terrorists. He has worked for 2 years against the 9/11 defendants, 5 of them. He has a stack of motions this time, 56 motions, that have all been resolved. He said he would have had guilty pleas on all 5 defendants within 6 months. Now, he had to go into court just a couple of weeks ago and ask for a continuance of the trial. Judge only gave him 60 days. At the end of that 60 days, he's going back in and ask for another continuance because he can't prosecute the case because the president told him he can't prosecute the case. If the judge does not give him that second continuance, which he says is unlikely the judge will, he's got to dismiss the case against the 9/11 defendants. And even if he can bring it back again, he'll have to start all over from scratch coming up with that case. Now, this is a man. Can you imagine the threats his wife gets, his children get every single day? So, Darren, I think we've got to change this where we're vilifying innocent Americans, hard-working Americans who are expressing themselves, but we're somehow romanticizing terrorists and people who aren't here who want to destroy and kill American citizens.
Basically,